It's 935 KDAY. Good morning, Cece and Romeo.
Yeah.
We're here with California Secretary of State Alex Padilla.
Good morning.
Buenos dias,
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Hey, thanks for coming by. Some big things are
Absolutely.
going down this weekend, right?
Yes.
No, absolutely. If you haven't heard about it yet, please mark your calendar. Tomorrow, Saturday, 10 a.m. at Los Angeles State Historic Park. There's going to be a big rally, big get-together, big family-friendly festival, but marking 25 years since the passage of Proposition 187 here in California.
Right.
Yeah.
Bottom line is this. We know what's going on in the national political environment is not very healthy.
No, it's
Right.
not.
A lot of negativity going out there,
Yeah.
not just, but especially against immigrants, Latinos.
Mm-hmm.
Believe it or not, people, 25 years ago, that was the state of California. It's hard to believe today because of how far we've come, how
Right.
much things have changed. But 25 years ago, it was a tough economy. Somebody had to be the scapegoat. And in California, it was us. And so, there was a question on the ballot that was cruel, beyond measure, that passed. But the campaign against 187 led a lot of people to get organized, engaged, a lot of new activists, a lot of elected leaders, a lot of new voters.
Yeah.
California is much different today, so there's a good ending at the end of it, and we hope that's an inspiration for the rest of the country. So that's what this Saturday is about,
Okay.
remembering that dark moment in our history, celebrating all the progress that has been made, but honoring that legacy by, you know what? There's still work to do. There's still more people who need to register to vote. Still more people who need to get out and vote next March and November.
Yeah.
2020 is going to be a big year. We also have the census, right? We need to make sure every person in California is counted so that we get our share of federal funding for our communities. Because there's a certain you-know-who in Washington, D.C. that would love for California to not get its funding,
Right.
to not get its political representation.
Absolutely. This is so important. I'm going to be there tomorrow. It's going down at the LA State Historic Park in downtown LA. And what we're doing also, too, Rome, is that we're standing up against racism and hatred as well.
Yeah.
You
And
know, it's
so
very important,
Exactly.
that we out there as a community. And I want to talk to you in regards to Rally for Our Rights, because this comes in the wake. I don't know if you are aware, but this past week, a Peruvian man had acid thrown
In
on his
Milwaukee,
face.
right?
Yes, yes.
Oh, yeah, we know. It's out there. And like I said, all this tense stuff you're hearing about was California not that long ago, right?
Yeah.
I was a much younger man 25 years ago. I still think I'm young.
Hey, we both were, believe me.
It's okay. You still look good.
Right. And so as long as it exists, even if it's just a little bit, we got to continue to stand up to it
We
and
have
teach
to.
the next generation. So we want to encourage people to bring their families, bring their kids so that they can get a taste and appreciation for our history and the battles that still lie ahead. You
Right.
know, most recently it was this violence in Milwaukee. Not that long ago, there was an outpouring of love for the people of El Paso because of the shooting that took place there.
Mm-hmm.
And I remind people, look, a week before that incident happened in El Paso, we had the Gilroy Garlic Festival.
Yes.
That was the place.
We had talked about
Right.
that too on the air.
Same, bigotry, same discrimination, same hate-driven violence that needs to come to an end.
Definitely.
Now, Mr. Padilla, what do you say? Because we're going to be out there tomorrow, and we are going to urge people to vote and really tell them, your vote does count. But you get these people in the community that say, "Oh, that doesn't work. You guys do that voting.
It's fixed,
Yeah, it's
stuff like
fixed.
that.
You're wasting your time." What do you say to those people?
Yeah, well, first of all, it's absolutely not true. Second, if you don't vote, then your voice has not been heard in the political process. And some people would say you can't complain if you don't vote.
True.
Right.
True.
But again, California is an example. 25 years ago, the question before the voters of California was, should we make immigrants not eligible for public services? Less than 25 years later, California is the only sanctuary state, right? How did the politics of California change? Not because we went home, not because we decided to just stick our head in the ground, but because we engaged.
Yeah.
Right? After 187, you had a lot of people like my parents who are from Mexico, who had been here for almost 30 years with no urgency of becoming a citizen, finally taking those steps.
Yeah.
Because they knew not only did they have to protect themselves, but so that they could register and they
Right.
can vote.
Yeah.
Look, like I said, I was a much younger man at the time, and like a lot of young people thinking those same things. Government politics, I want nothing to do with that. But
Yeah.
realizing if we don't get involved, we'll continue to be the target. And millions of voters later, we see the big difference that it's made. Does it still, is this discrimination, is this negativity still prevalent
Around,
in our
yes.
country? Yeah, but not as much in California. Why? Because we engaged, and the people who vote now look more like the people of California.
There you
Right.
go. And that's so important. And I've had some friends, unfortunately, will come to me and be like, man, I don't want to vote. It's a waste of time. I'm like, look, you may be a young man right now, but at some point, this is going to matter in your life. Matter of fact, it matters in your life right now.
Right.
So I think
it or
it's
not.
so important that you
Yes.
have inviting family, friends, and even the kids to come out and see this and get involved with it.
Right, and it's going to be a little bit of seriousness and a political talk, but also a little bit of fun. We got some
You got concerts, you got people
entertainment lined up.
performing.
Yeah, I see the lineup
First
right
of
here.
all, shout out to Ozomatli because I'm a huge fan of Ozomatli. They're going to be there, yes. And of course, Pancho Sanchez and my girl Amara La Negra. I love her too.
She'll
So
be there.
there's going to be some people there performing. So it's going to be fun. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
there'll
And
be
it's
food
free.
trucks and a lot of booths. So for people who may be a little hesitant about, well, where did I go to register to vote?
was
Or
gonna
I'm
ask,
not
so
sure.
they can do that there.
We will have booths there,
Perfect.
signing people up, answering your questions, making it easy for you, but making sure that we get that done well before next March presidential primary election. We'll also have information about the census, not just why it's important, but signing people up, make a commitment to make sure your family is counted so
Right.
that our schools get the funding that they need, our parks get the funding that they need. If we want to know why a college is not more affordable, we need to engage, we need to be counted.
Absolutely, absolutely. Let's get out there. It's a free event. No excuses. No excuses at all. Thank you so much for stopping by. We appreciate it.
Thank you. You guys are programmed on my radio in the car, so it's great to be
Oh,
in the
Victor was
studio.
there on
Loving
camera
that.
right there.
It's
You
great to
heard
be-
that right
Great
there.
to be in
Particular
studio.
song?
Hopefully we get to keep coming back in 2020.
The door is always open. And is there
Yes.
a song you want to hear before we go? Any song you
Oh,
want to hear?
that would be so cool. What is the Secretary of the State of California, Alex Padilla, like on KDAY?
Well, I see Tupac over your shoulder here, so let's go with your favorite Tupac.
Can't go
All right,
wrong
let's
with
do
that,
it.
man.
You can't go wrong. There
California
it is.
Love, how's that?
Hey, we love it. Yes,
Tomorrow.
just kidding.